Welcome to Chesil Beach. So, welcome to Ferrybridge, Chesil Beach. I'm here with my van, my other half and my two dogs, my two Airedales, and we're going to go and give Chesil Beach a go. I have never been here before, never fished Chesil Beach before. It is the beach of broken dreams. Everyone comes expecting loads and leaving usually with nothing. But hopefully we can get some bites. We're going to have a scratching rig out and a pulley rig out. If we can get a big fish, fantastic. If we're out there and all we can get is little fish, great. If we can get nothing, that would be a shame. But let's try and see what we can do at Chesil as a first timer. Hopefully we'll have a good session on the flood. It's pretty much low tide now, so we'll do most of the flood, I think, hopefully up till about 7 o'clock, something like that. And then we're gonna get on. We're having a beach day. Tess is in her dry robe. She's got a seat. Well, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully we'll be able to do a proper session. The whole point of having the van is obviously Tess has got a base camp to go back to if she wants to and if she gets bored. But hopefully she won't. Hopefully we'll catch some fish. And hopefully I'll show you what I'm up to and you'll enjoy the video. Well, this is the famous Chesil Beach. We are up at the most east end of it. It goes west all the way down there. There's quite a few anglers here, not loads to be fair. Normally this area of the beach can be absolutely rampacked with anglers because I've been lazy. I've not walked miles down that way. I've just come to literally opposite the car park, but that shingle bank is crazy to walk down. So it'll be a little tricky to navigate sometimes, I think. Right, so we're just sorting the first rig out. I'll get the rig all baited up and then I need to set the rod and reel up. I've got a fresh squid. I caught 3 squid last night from Weymouth Pier. We're gonna have 2 for dinner and I'm gonna use 1 for bait. So I'm just gonna chop the head off and feed it onto the scratching rig, which is literally just a 1 up, 1 down scratching rig. Super simple. We'll cast out as far as we can and we'll see what fish we can catch. Now, I've never been here before. It's one of those places where amazing fish do get caught, but at the same time there's a lot of anglers fishing it, so you've got to think the hours people put in for that one spectacular fish. You can't expect to come down here on your first session, throw a rod out and catch something amazing. That's just not generally how things work. But we can live in hope, can't we? And we can try and at least see if we can nail something. That's going out on a scratching rig, just fresh squid on tentacles. Because it's so fresh, this squid, it's just smells beautiful, it's tough, it's really will grip the hook well, and hopefully the fish will appreciate the fresh bait opposed to frozen bait, which hopefully lots of others will have. So that's going to go on 1 rig, 1 up, 1 down. I'm a simple angler, as you know, don't like to overcomplicate things. That'll go on there. I'll lob out as far as I can and then we'll get a pulley rig out set up with a whole squid. Sit back and relax, see what we can do. A long way down. That is 1 rod out here at Chesil Beach. Now, I've got my other half with me. I've got some tips. How to keep them happy. 1, make sure there's food. 2, make sure there's drinks. 3, find a makeshift footrest. And 4, don't bring them fishing. So hopefully we can keep her happy for as long as possible so we can bring you a proper fishing. We'll come bring the chair down a little bit and then you can come to like here. Hang on, I'll bring you to here. Ready? Stand up then. I'll bring you the chair. No, that's not going to work, is it? Come on! Don't break your chair. Oh dear. Right, hang on. I reckon about, hang on, let me get a few more. Bridge it a bit. There you go. Sit back there and I'll bring you the footrest. Nice? Happy? There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Happy Tessie. Absolute huge tidal rip going towards the west. It's sort of still ebbing a little bit. It will flood that way in a little bit. I think about half an hour slack water, and then it will start flooding. And then when it does flood, so when the tide is going up to high, it should theoretically go from west to east. So it should come from down there and fire that way. But we've got Portland Bill up there, and it'll all sort of funnel through. So could be interesting. There might be some odd sort of tidal currents that I've not accounted for, but we can only do what we can do. Let's get a pulley rig out there, shall we? Yeah, this beach is also good if you're a helicopter spotter, because there's a helipad just behind me. So we are going to put on our weight, got a splashdown clip and a gripper, attach that to the splashdown. When the hook goes in there and that hits the water, it fires the hook off. So it's nice and streamlined. I've showed you this in many a video before, but literally whole squid, singular hook. This is a XT hook by Limitless, 6.0 I think this one. Through the squid body, pull it all the way through, back on itself, pull it all the way through, face the hook down, the sharp end down, like that. Go through the squid, through the eye, pull on it like that, put a bit of bait elastic on it. Simple as that. So that there is our finished squid bait, a nice protruding hook point on a pulley rig here at Chesil Beach at Ferrybridge. And just like that, we have 2 rods out here at Chesil Beach. I've got to go and get a charger for the other half now, so back to the car for me. Luckily it's just up and down. I say just, God, it's a workout this beach, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll go and get her a charger and then hopefully she'll be happy. Right, so what I would say is we've now finished our grace period. And what I call a grace period is it's the time when you get to the beach, you set all your rods up, you cast out, you sort your stuff out, you have a breather, and then you begin fishing. Now is when we begin fishing, like properly. Both rods have been out for about half an hour. I've ran back to the car once just to grab something for the other half. Stroked the dogs, got them all comfortable, and now we can concentrate on trying to get some bites. The right hand rod I'm going to wind in now. I'm going to re-put some, that's a scratching rig by the way, I'm going to re-put some squid on it, just bait elastic a little bit on, and then whack it out again. We're on slack water period now, and it's going to start to flood from now on really, and hopefully that's when we'll pick up some fish. The things we can expect on the scratching rig from this area, as far as I'm aware, because I'm not local and I've not fished here before and I'm no expert in this area, black bream we can get, gurnards, we can get garfish, mackerel, and a couple of other sort of smaller species. You used to be able to get triggerfish, but apparently you don't get so many now. I think you can get a few, but they're a bit far between, unfortunately. The wind is a bit stronger than forecast actually. It was meant to be really calm today, and actually out there it's not particularly calm. There's even a bit of white water further out. Right, let's bring the right hand rod in and rebait it. Nice bit of lumpy weed. Lovely. think we might have just had our first bite. Or did it just ping off that weed down there and then rattle? I don't think so. I think it was a bite. Oh, it would be good to get a fish or two. So it's the left rod that we're looking at. That's the scratching rig, just with that fresh squid tentacle. Yeah, there's a lot more wind than forecast today. It shouldn't be... Oh, there you go, guys, there you go, there it is, there is a bite. Right, let's check that rod, shall we? I doubt there's a fish on it, but you never know. Well, unfortunately, what bait has got. So whatever did take our bait, got away with it. Rebait, recast, I suppose. We've been here probably for about an hour and a half now, fishing properly, I would say. We've had a couple of little bites, I think, from the scratching rig. And the tide has now swung round, so now the tide is going towards the east. So yeah, we definitely got some tide now. The tides down here only really go up to about 2.2 meters, so they're not actually, they're very, very strong tidal rips, but the tidal range isn't very high. Yeah, where I'm from in Eastbourne, our tidal range is from about 5.8 to about 8 meters being the highest. The gentleman to the left of me has just struck hard, wondering if he's had a few little nibbles as well. I think he's fishing on black lug or ragworm, and he looks quite a good caster. He's pelted it out there quite far, further than I can, so it'd be interesting to see if he catches. That is something I do on new venues especially, is I pay attention a lot to other people. I regularly pay attention to other anglers because I like to know what they're catching, because if they're catching and I'm not, then obviously I'm doing something wrong and I need to adjust. And at a new venue, I've probably got people left, right and centre which come here regularly and know it well, and I do not. But I do intend on getting it to know better. I do intend on doing a good few days down here over the next year. Yeah, so he hasn't got a fish, he's just got a bit of weed. But I think he struck into a bite. Well, that isn't great, is it? That is a pretty untouched bait. I mean, that's coming back with the head even. I would imagine with the light level strong, it becomes evening, hopefully we'll get some bites. Well, the sun's out. It's very pretty, but fish are not biting. I've been keeping an eye on everyone to the left and right of me, and I haven't seen a fish as of yet. Now, it might be that we have to wait until the light levels drop, you know, in the next 2 hours to get some bites, because if I know personally from where I'm from, I wouldn't be bait fishing on a bright sunny day unless I was targeting place. Well, we have been fishing for probably 4 hours nearly. This has been very hard, guys. I've not seen anyone catch. The sun is slowly dropping now. I reckon we've got about another hour 15, hour 30 until the light levels really drop. I'm just going to rebait again and recast. One thing I have noticed about Chzel is the tide just doesn't really move. I guess because we're at such a steep bank, it's always going to be at the same sort of level. Yeah, it hasn't really come up, it hasn't really gone down. Obviously there is tide, but yeah, there's just not a lot of movement. Yeah, my other half has gone up to the van to have a green tea and sort herself out, and then I think she's going to come back down again for a bit, but it's getting chilly. Yeah, it's definitely time to put some fresh baits on and see if we can make something happen, I suppose. I mean, it's a beautiful evening, absolutely beautiful evening, but just not a lot of fish, not a lot of fish about at all. At least the dogs are behaving, they're pretty happy. Oh dear, beach of broken dreams, eh? I can see why it's called that, although I didn't exactly have any dreams about this beach. I'm not like Chzel mad or anything. There's a guy with a squid jig over there, he's not had anything either. Guy with a mackerel rod over there, he's not had anything. Oh dear. UK fishing sometimes is hard. Well, we're about 2 hours away from high tide now, and yeah, it is time to unfortunately slowly pack away the rods. There's a few guys down here squid fishing. To be honest, I haven't been looking as to whether they've caught anything or not. I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. The guy to the left of me's disappeared now. Yeah, and everyone seems to have turned on to do squid fishing, which I did yesterday, so I don't need to do any more today. I'm sure if we waited till it was dark, we'd get a few bites, you know, but that wasn't the aim of the day today. The aim of the day was just to come down for a daytime afternoon session to see what we can get. And unfortunately, we haven't got anything, but a beautiful place regardless. Free parking. We're watching the sun set now. Look how beautiful that is. The sea is a lovely blue colour. Yeah, it is very, very pretty, but yeah, so unfortunately no fish on this occasion. It's what it is, you can't win them all, but thanks for watching anyway. Hopefully we'll get down here again before the new year, do a couple of days and nights and try and secure something better than a blank. Cheers, take care.